Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I stream weeknights on Twitch. My Elgato is still out. So I'm finishing this picture that I'll Minecraft tomorrow, and hopefully we can get this fixed by Monday because we are all going just beyond a bit cray-cray about this. Alright, there's my phone there. Now I've got to go find my picture. Siribot is here. Me and my mates are in a band called Duvet. We are a cover band. That's crazy. Okay. Duvet. Alright, let's see if I can find where I was posting, because I think it was this one. Yeah. 71%. We're going to finish this baby off tonight. And that is my plan. And then hopefully this will stop being an issue very shortly. We can't figure out what's going on with the Elgato. We thought, oh, it's the same old, but it still hasn't come back. I kind of care about order, but not completely at this point, because I'm just trying to finish off this bottom portion to kind of make it make sense. So if I mess up a color and pick up another color, I'll probably just keep going from that color until I have a more cohesive was dumb. Hi, Nameless. How's the Wyvern doing? The Wyvern is doing well. How's Voldemort doing? Oops, I meant the Nameless one. Is it all going well? Are you on your long weekend yet? He's doing okay, but tired, but fine nonetheless. Touche, touche. Very fine. 23, 23, and 12. So that's what I went over accidentally. So let's fix that. And yeah, another 5 days weekends. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. You've been working so hard. Yay! Cheers! I think, well, no, we got a little more up here. And those are 33s. Okay, let's grab these few beginning numbers real quick. Boy, Hedge was ready to cry today over the whole Elgato still not working, and she really wanted to do other stuff. We gotta fix that problem. I just mean she was frustrated, not that she was like super emotional. Ah, gotta be careful how I say stuff. Gotta be fair and true and right. So you gonna do anything special for your weekend? Or are you just gonna rest? Okay, low key, I kind of can't wait to see this in a bigger picture. This is gonna be cool. Anyway, it's just passing really quickly. I've got things to do tonight. Ooh, I hope you have a lovely evening, Nameless. Take care of you, Whimsy. Rest most of the time. That's good. I'm so happy you have plans, Nameless. I hope you have a wonderful time. Have fun. Yeah, this is gonna be so cool. Alright, I'm gonna definitely back out in a second to just see where this is going, because this is gonna be nice. With these details in, I think it's gonna be really pretty. In my expert opinion. I am now the expert of the world. I have decided it. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. How did I mess that bit up, though? That was weird of me. Alright, 1 second here. I gotta get this off. Ugh. It was so chilly. No. I'm overheating. Here we go. I'll be a little more comfortable. I let myself get too dehydrated earlier, and then I was super cold, even though it wasn't cold at all. I'm finally starting to feel right again, so now I'm hot because I shouldn't be wearing that many layers in the middle of 90s degree weather. Drinking hot coffee. I knew it was a bad idea. Alrighty, let's see here. I guess I can start on this side. Let's start with these. Finishing off one color at a time. 27. Oh, there's more. Hold on. Click, 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 click. And then 23. There we go. That's all of those. And we'll be down to 13. We've still got quite a few of these though. We're not quite there. I think we have a chunk of building that these are popping out of. But we're still not gonna have much more of these because, yeah, 6 left. So I guess we'll pop up into the next section. That'll be about it. 7. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of those. Get ready for 7s. 4. Gonna be a lot of 4s. 2s. And 1s. Come on, click the 1 properly. There we go. Alright, now let's try. Oh yeah, that is gonna be so pretty. Wow. Alright. So I know I can jump in here and fairly quickly do some filling in. But I think I kind of want to head this way. How big do I want to go? I mean, I think one more up. That's seeable. We'll go there. And lots of lowish numbers. So we'll kind of get rid of the last of these and just zoom in for a bit. Are there any more? Nope, that's it for those. Right, I don't know that I've done much of this color. So it's still just a wee bit shadowy. Alright. Ooh, there's another 12. got distracted in this section. Alright, so then I think the next highest number we have hanging out here looks to be 11. So let's grab 11. There's not a whole lot of it, and yes, I can see it going up into the next bit, but I'm trying to draw a clearer line so that I'm not going insane here. Oh! Yo girl, how you going? I'm fine. Hi Tomas, how you doing? You're doing good. Woohoo! Party for Tomas, doing well. I'm glad to hear you're having a good day. Boy, there's a lot of this one. I'll just go over all these other colors too, just for funsies. There we go. That'll help grade it out a little bit though. We're never getting back the Elgato. I'm starting to wonder. You insane, you good little lady. Am I insane? Feeling a little insane right now. Poor head. She was like, I just want my Elgato back. I want to play a Switch game. I was like, yeah, we'll have to fix it, but I don't know. I really thought it would be better by now. Usually it is. We've thought it was dead so many times, and then we pop back in and it works a few days later. But she has the cat. Ah, claro que sí, claro que sí. Having the cat and having the cat function to let her play the game she wants to play are slightly different things. Why didn't it switch? Come on. Don't mess it up my picture. There we go. So these are all going to be like lines, I guess. That's actually kind of easy. Well, you can be scary. I can be scary. How am I scary? I mean, I can be scary. I know that, but I don't know why you think that. Let's put it this way. I'm not intentionally being scary at the moment. Okay, well, I don't know why I'm scary to you today, but you'll have to let me know. Nameless popped in. He has plans, so we're happy for him. Sevens mixed up again. Ah! Well, this won't be perfect, but it'll get us, there. Let me get this fixed. How often did you feel drained? Me? Oh, too often. Yeah. Too often. I'm not proud of that. There's just not enough hours in the day to do everything I need to do. I feel like I'll never catch up. But oddly, doing the streaming helps me focus more on other things, and I am getting more done. But then that makes me feel even more drained. Same. Part of it's a time of year thing, too. Kind of a lackadaisical feeling that comes with this time of year, I'm afraid. For many. I don't think that's my issue. I think my issue is the weather this year is just really sucking it out of me. But you're young, Tomas. Why do you feel so drained? Just trying to get your stuff done and get focused for you. It's not easy being young. Don't let people fool you. You got different stress stuff. Me too, I really relate to you. Well, there you go. I don't know. We'll see if Kenny feels drained too when he pops in. Since he's been playing with different Gatorades, I think he's being hit by the weather as well. But I could be very, very wrong, and I would not want to assume on his part. Hey everyone, hope all is well and good. The coloring is looking fantastic so far, Wyvern. Moop? Yeah, I'll back off and show you in a second. I can finish most, if not all of it tonight. The Elgato is cooperating with finishing this massive project by not functioning. We really thought we'd have it back online by now. So how are things in Canada land? Are they way better? At least you should have nice weather, right? Like, it's spring there now, right? I get confused about the seasons. Keep your focus. Looks to me you're in a zen state today. The cat is on life 5. Tomas, did your cat get stuck and fall off the roof again? Oh my goodness. I am going to have to post Half Asleep Chris in the Discord for you. If you haven't gone and found him on YouTube. He had a cat with that problem back in the day. It's been nice today, warmer than I'd like, but it's been real nice here. I meant your capture thing. Yeah, well, that thing has had so many lives. And we've gone to replace it a few times, but then we find out that we've got the model that is harder to get now that everybody wants, so. We just keep making it work. Something new will come out. Something new and spectacular will come out. You watch. And then we'll be so happy that we waited until we got something new that was worth having for the next 15 years. Okay, 15's a long time for an Elgato, but we tend to force our tech to last in spite of itself. Same. You force your technology to last. I should give you guys a picture of my phone sometime. Yeah, you'd have a heart attack. One of my kids picked it up recently and they're going, how do you even see anymore? It's fine. It still functions. It's a phone. Oh, my mom is the same. I just try to give value out. I'm never going to be the person that wants to change out my tech every single year. For one thing, I don't like change that much. I don't mind it. When I'm in the mood for it, that's great. But taking something that's perfectly good and spending my hard-earned money just to say I have the newer version, this has never appealed to me. All right, we've got all those. Boop. Is your phone still a BlackBerry? I never had a BlackBerry. I thought it was too many ridiculous little buttons, and it was patently ridiculous. I never had a BlackBerry. Oh. I had a flip phone until I could not make it function anymore with the cell lines. Or baby, those giant hunks. It was a keyboard, but it wasn't a real keyboard. All those little buttons, this is before touchscreens, you know? And then they added the stylus, but there wasn't a real touchscreen function. It was weird. I felt like most of the people who had Blackberries did it because it made them feel important. Very few of them had a real reason for it. I'm not gonna say none. But I knew actual, like, business people who functioned just fine without anything nearly so fancy. I always felt like Blackberries were more on the side of pretentious. Sorry to any Blackberry lovers out there. Have. I bet you had one of those brick Nokia phones. I might have at one point. I think I did. I think that was my first cell phone. Fun fact, I did not want a cell phone. I resisted a cell phone. But my family, extended family, went out and got me a cell phone and insisted I carried it around because I was walking everywhere and doing everything I could walking, and I was trying not to use my car hardly at all because I was trying to be healthy while I was pregnant with Hedge, and I had several miscarriage concerns, but I felt fine. I knew when to be careful and put my feet up. And they were all afraid I was gonna like go into labor in the middle of a park or something with my other kids and die or something. I don't know. So they went out and got me a cell phone and insisted that I carry it around. And I still have that phone number to this day because I'm that lazy. I was like, I'm not gonna use it. I didn't, by the way. Same. Oh, Tomas, you got yours. You got yours when you were pregnant, and your family was worried about you going into labor. Fascinating. Do tell. I want to hear this story, Tomas. No, not that. They're more concerned with you being so hard-headed and not pacing yourself, probably. Yeah. Definitely. I was still, like, it was not like I was self-destructive. I was still careful. And it wasn't like I hadn't had any kids before. And I wasn't living in a very rural area at the time. I was actually living in town, literally half a mile from a hospital. Yeah, I don't know. People worry. I wasn't responding because I was annoyed by how much they were flustering over me or whatever. I just, whatever. Knowing you and how snappy you'd be. Let's just say I never let things slow me down. And having a cell phone wasn't common yet. It's amazing how much has changed. Come on, just change already. There we go. I don't know why the buttons are fighting me on changing over. It's like they go smooth, 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 and then, yep. I knew I wasn't being the nicest about it. I just didn't feel like I needed a babysitter. It's not like I'd become delicate all of a sudden or something. I'm like, it's not like you're coming over and helping me with these two kids. You're just worrying about me overdoing it. So, you know, get off your high horse and deal. They just wanted to feel better about themselves. We worry about cold and warmth. Y'all have to worry about heat stroke. I gotcha. We do have to worry about heat stroke. Yeah. I am good friends with heat stroke. Heat stroke is my friend. We are comfortable with each other. We hang out a lot. My mom kill? Your mom kill? What's your mom kill? I usually know what you... I don't know why you typed that either. I don't know. All right, here we go. What you think, Gore? I think that really comes in nice now. And it's coming in super fast. Yeah. Great. Oh. I think gridding it out was a smart move. Well, the shading and all looks cool. I know, I agree. I kept thinking this one looked good off to the corner, but I was like, oh, that's at least 2 or 3 streams. But when the Elgato went out, I was like, well, you know what? Opportunity. Opportunity. I could tell you a funny heat stroke story, but you might not think it's as funny as I do. Let's see. I think it's funny. Do you really not? I hear meows. Yeah, they're out there. Do you really not? Surely you get weather hot enough for heat stroke. When my uncle was in Alaska, he said it actually gets quite hot at the top of the world, depending on what's going on. Like, you're closer to the sun certain parts of the year, depending on where you're at. And Canada's pretty, you know, high up there. Tuna, honestly, Renren's been super vocal tonight, so it's probably her. But I don't know. I've got headphones on, so I'm hearing her through them. But I don't think it's Suna. He naps this time of day, and so I'd be shocked if it was him. If he was awake, he'd be crying because he's got his schedule messed up, and he's a little bit of a spoiled boy sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a sweetie pie, though. Whenever I travel southward, the weather can get really warm in the summertime. Yeah, but up here it's nice and cool year-round usually. Huh. Okay, so I guess it just depends on where you are. I mean, that makes sense. Like if you're in mountains or more flatland, but everything up there is higher. You do realize that. Our hills, our highest point, I had to learn this in school. Let's see, what is it? Our highest point in Florida, there's like one point, and it's literally marked as a point, is 200 feet above sea level, but the majority of Florida is less than 50 feet above sea level. So that does change things too. I don't know how. I say it because I know it intellectually. I don't actually understand what's coming out my mouth in a practical way, but I'm aware of it. I have learned it before. Bloody nose, oh no, but only when it's really hot. I hate imagining the heat. Me too. You get bloody noses from the heat? That's got to be miserable. I'm so sorry. I think that was most of the 19s. I'll probably find another one. I'm just trying to get through the higher numbers because it's easier to have one string of numbers on here at a time. Me too. Usually when it's dry, I could imagine getting bloody noses when it's dry. That would make sense to me. Cause it'd be maybe like dusty and stuff. I'm just gonna trust you guys. It's so dry here right now. But I don't tend towards blood. It's not that I've never had a bloody nose, but I will confess, I don't tend towards them. Artie went through a period where she kept having bloody noses. I think all she had to do was think about a bloody nose and she had one for a bit. And then she forgot and got distracted and thought about other things and stopped having bloody noses. That is I will never understand that about autism. Yeah, something about blood vessels in your nose, yeah. You can literally psychologically think about something and it manifests in a very real way. I'm always careful about how I ask questions when especially my Asperger's dears don't feel well. I have watched Artie give herself fevers just thinking about what if she had a fever, and there's nothing wrong with her, like confirmed by doctors and stuff, not just. That was more when she was little. Now she's aware of it, so she'll be really careful about it. Oh my goodness, thank you for warning me. For warning you? I'm not sure if that's warning, but overthinking about things can make something happen for people who are on the spectrum. I really do think so. I think it's down to all the processing working wrong and stuff, but I could just be completely wrong. Could just be, what is it that they say? I don't know, my brain is tired. A correlation, not a causation. I think it's awfully correlated though. I've known way too many spectrum-y kids that have that issue. If you keep a spare humidifier around and run it every other night, it will help a ton. My youngest brother had nose bleeding problems a time ago. That's true. I've always done that for my family when there's, here's the way I do it. Because I'm the expert on everything in the world. We all know this, right? So I will pick one room of the house and I'll run the humidifier with those evil essential oils. I usually pick things that will keep viruses and things from living in the air, right? So I like to do oregano, thyme, rosewood, and basil. And I'll have those going through the air humidifier. And I'll only have it in one room of the house though. So like you're coming and going and coming and going, but it's not in a bedroom. I found that works best for my kiddos over the years. Because I think if you have it too much or too concentrated, it stops being as effective. But if I had it, say, in the TV room, it does whatever help it's going to do, but then it's not, I don't know. That's just how I always ended up finding it the most effective. It also, bedrooms can get really closed in, so you can really crank that humidifier in a bigger room, depending on your house setup. But that's one of those places I use those evil essential oils. And nobody in my family gets sick. That's all I'm going to say. Including none of us got that very scary disease that was going around 4 or 5 years ago. Can't say more. It's not a political channel. But the reason for those is they've been proven to Modelo. Modelo. You got it. They've all been proven to actually, on contact, kill pneumonia, fungal, viral, and viral in many, many studies prior to 2020 and after. So we've been doing that for, I don't even know how long. Years and years and years. Since before 2017 at least. I think maybe 2015-ish. Maybe about 10 years. And just whenever we're all having allergies or something's going around, I just put that in the main room and poof it out. Boom. Now, if you're going to go up and lick someone who's sick or breathe their air, you're going to get sick. But if it's something that you would have just caught from being in the atmosphere, I think that'll take care of most of it and help you fight off whatever little bits you got in your system while you're out and about. Usually we try and not lick people. I don't know. I mean, I'm not into going around and randomly licking people, but it seems to me like a pretty good way to get a disease. So I just always throw that out there. Don't do that. And I'm only going to say this once, but some of our ASD friends did have behaviors where the occasional licking incident could occur, even though most of them are very OCD. So I just throw it out there in the ether, and wherever it catches, it catches. Good wisdom. I think it's good wisdom to remember. Don't lick your friends. I know, I have high standards. But you do lick doorknobs. What is ASD, autism spectrum disorder? It's just a way to refer to a different. So, for example, all three of mine are medically diagnosed ASD, which is just autism spectrum disorder. But also, the two girls are more specifically diagnosed Asperger's, and my son is more specifically diagnosed autistic. But they're all considered autistic. And not because of some new switching things around. They're medically diagnosed. Which apparently isn't popular to look at anymore. I don't know what to say, but I do think it matters because people, how do you treat what you haven't actually properly looked at? I thought biting and chewing stuff was more common, not gonna lie. I've seen it. The mouthing behaviors. None of mine are, thank goodness, into that at the moment. They're very well OT'd and all. Hedge did used to bite when she was little. Every time she was upset, it didn't matter who or what was nearby, but we outgrew that by the time we were about 3. She kicked a lot too. Okay.
I have a problem.
What's your problem?
I want to autistically clean all dishes, but I also want more food.
What does autistically clean the dishes mean? I don't know that one. Help me.
Clean all the dishes and clear them all out?
Like from the cabinets, like I do, or
just from all of the spaces that I see them.
But from dinner?
Yeah.
But you're still hungry? Eat first. Resist and eat first. Or if you're just dying to clean dishes twice and you're the one that does it, I don't care. Clean all the dishes. Hey, Bitey lady. Hey, Hedge.
What's this about, Bitey?
I said when you were younger, you were my biter.
Yeah.
You'd bite anything when you were upset.
Yeah.
And I said, but you outgrew it by the time you were mostly about 3. We're referring to these people like, oh, autistic people can't learn. Oh, yes, they can. Just get some OT. Teach them right from wrong.
I mean, when it came to biting, I was like the worst biter in our area. And there were a lot of biters in our area. I was the worst.
I did not tell them that.
Well, I'm just saying to enforce your point.
You like to be the best at everything. You're the best.
If I'm going to be menace, I'm going to be the best menace. I get it from my mom, guys.
Ha. I still bite stuff, but I'm older than 3. I don't want to know what you bite, Gore. That's your own personal
hopefully
thing.
Hopefully, some nice ice cream.
Yeah, he might. I bet that's what he's talking about, ice cream.
It's very nice to bite into a nice cold
He likes pizza. He likes to bite pizza after drinking a cold beer.
Yep, that seems about right.
Okay, that's as much as I need to know.
Yep.
I love you. It's up to you. What I don't want you to do is put all the dirty dishes away to clean them. Get out new ones for a whole new meal, and then there's not room in the dishwasher, and then I wake up in the morning and there's dirty dishes all around because you wanted to clean before you 8 seconds.
I won't do that.
That's all I ask. Love you. I know I'm super strict, guys. Sorry. Real hard nose about that stuff. The wood inside the ice cream popsicle. I hate popsicles because I don't like the wood inside them. I don't like the flavor of that wood. I don't like it. I won't eat popsicles. That's a thing for me. Or those lollipops that have the wooden sticks inside. I don't like them. Same, I hate them, yeah. Pretty sure Hedge does bite those though. We did good. She doesn't bite people, but yeah, I mean, she's still special. She's still a wolf. Boop. Freezies, at least I love them. Freezies. Is that what you call those like popsicles in a plastic bag that you put in the freezer? I think I've heard them called that before. If it's not that, I have no idea what you're talking about. Mr. Freeze popsicle. Oh, they're full of corn syrup, Gore. Ew. It's like pure sugar. But we love helado, which is like it's like a kind of creamy ice cream that's thicker and almost like soft serve, but more texture. Maple syrup popsicles. I have done that, and they are quite worth it. Anyway, that's been years since I thought about that. It tastes kind of like cream soda. Anyway, I took maple syrup and club soda and mixed them together and put them in the freezer, the 0-degree freezer. And that was some good crap. That's all I'm gonna say. No, helado is really yummy, and that is like a Mexican ice cream, and it's in a plastic tube like the Mr. Freezies, but bigger. And it's like ice cream in a plastic tube, but it's our favorite. My freezer has a whole bunch of it in there right now, so. I just don't do the corn syrup thing. It's so sweet. You got a sweet tooth. Doesn't eat corn syrup, but probably eats McDonald's. I don't think I've eaten McDonald's in over 10 years. I've never liked them. There used to be, when they still made all of the food in the actual franchises. There used to be one near a house I had like 20 years ago where they made the best fish sandwiches. Thought I got you there. We don't eat out. We're on a farm. Like, there's nothing. If I have to drive half an hour to 45 minutes plus to get to a restaurant, you think I'm picking McDonald's? Like, I'm making it worth my while if I'm gonna do that. Saying, I mean, why would I do that? Plus, it's not that filling. But then when they started having it where it came in frozen from like a central location, I didn't like that anymore. And yeah, that said, Steak and Shake went back to tallow fries this month, so we went and tried that out, but then it turned out to turn into some what do you call it, self-ordering heck hole. So even though it was quite lovely in flavor, I don't know that we'll ever go back, because what a pain in the butt. You have to go to the self-checkout screen and sit there. It takes way longer than ordering from a human. Hi, Night. Dude, that must be so nice. Farms are always so peaceful. Oh, hello, horror. Hey, Night. Farms are peaceful. It depends, you know. I like it. I like not having much in the way of neighbors. Anyway, hi, Gore. He thinks that we eat McDonald's.
I've had it maybe a handful of times in my entire life.
Yeah, I know.
When I was less than 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times. And that might be an exaggeration, Gore. My mom does not feed us like that. Now, sushi. I cannot count on my hands how many times we've had sushi. Sushi is wonderful. Mom will get us sushi.
I get you food with real ingredients.
But eating out is a big problem in general, though, with all the allergies.
Yeah, I liked it when I was younger. American tradition. American tradition on TV to eat McDonald's all the time. I know a lot of people that don't eat any McDonald's.
Well, also, we just can't eat out.
Yeah, no. The food allergies make it too much of a pain in the butt.
I've never had Burger King in my life.
No, you haven't.
I can't eat there.
Your sister did once.
Well, I hated burgers till I was like 9.
Well, the gluten.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really, to go take her and she's supposed to have a burger bun and, you know, she can't have the gluten.
Yeah, so
It's not as impressive as you might think. Really? Oh, farms are peaceful. Remembers the time when I was at a sort of farm and the dog killed a chicken as it was walking by? Yeah. Gourmet, how's your cheese? Ours stinks. I find quite lovely cheese. Just depends on where you're shopping.
I have a favorite.
What's your favorite of the moment?
Goat cheese.
Well, yeah, okay. Goat cheese always wins.
Exactly. Except when it's a really bad goat cheese. If a goat cheese is good, it's the best cheese ever. If it's bad, it's the worst cheese ever.
Well, the problem is there are people who are like, oh, goat cheese is always good. Except goat cheese really does carry the flavor of what they've been eating. So if they've been in a field with some stuff they shouldn't have been eating, that cheese is going to really, you don't want to ferment that flavor. That's where it gets a bad reputation. Legit. Blue cheese.
Blech.
I'm not fond. Hedge isn't fond. Artie and Atlas could eat blue cheese.
Forever.
Stilton, any of those stinky cheeses. They love them all.
I Anyway, I was coming in to offer you brownie.
Ooh, I forgot you made them yesterday.
I decided since I was hungry I'd have a brownie and see if that helped, and I thought maybe you'd want one.
I won't say no.
I'll get my mom a brownie.
I love cheese, man. It's delicious up here. Marble, cheddar, Parmesan, mozzarella, all yum. Ooh, I like Romano as well.
I love mozzarella.
I like Romano better than Parmesan, to be honest. Parmesan is Farmer John.
I'm a big mozzarella fan. You've got us both, Gore.
Mozzarella could be quite lovely.
I'll get you that brownie.
Sure. I just like goat cheese, not a fan of soft cheeses, and goat cheese is almost always soft. There are hard cheddars even that are made with goat cheese, but I don't know how to tell you how to get your hands on them. But a lot of people around here make goat cheese, but the harder cheeses almost always have to come up from up north because it takes a lot of technology to make. What people will do if they want to make a longer term cheese here, because we don't have the environment, is they'll buy a really, I ate half a brick this morning. Oh my gosh. Cheese, rob a bank for cheddar, prefer sheep. Sheep's cheese is really nice too. Oh my gosh, it can be so lovely. But what we have to do is take a wine fridge and rig it, and then create like a air circulation thingy, and then you can make, it's like a small cheese cave in your kitchen, but you can't make it on a big scale. That's the only way to really do it around here. Thank you, my dear.
Use your spoon. I decided to take away your chopsticks because I didn't think they were really, brownie eating fare.
I would have eaten them.
I know. That's why I took it away, because I was pretty sure you were going to have a problem.
I won't have a problem.
While you stream. It's really hard to use chopsticks while you stream.
I have heard of them. Yeah, you take an old wine fridge. There's ways to do it online, and you rig it. Also, hi, Hedge.
Oh, hi.
Since you're joining my stream again.
Sorry, I'm going to leave.
I don't know what's going on with you. You stream it. You can't get enough.
I do enjoy streaming, but also I was trying to make a decision, and I thought I should talk to you before I made you mad.
You're not making me mad. You're way too worried.
Woof.
I have such better things to get mad about. You could comb my hair.
Ugh.
See. I love you too, weirdo.
I love you. I'm not touching hair. Yucky. Humans are yucky. Love you.
Love you too. Also, hi, Hedge. Hedge gonna have to spoon feed her eventually. Oh, she deleted your save files, Wyvern. No, I just want her to commit to being in or out. This in and out. I'm trying to focus. I'm good, but one of these days she does something coming out of my mouth that shouldn't. I don't know what it'll be. But, there's only so much my brain works when multifunctioning. I love her. My kids are always welcome, but, I just need her in or out. Focus mode, you're zooming through this today. That was my goal. I tried to spend the last session blocking it out so that it would be super quick blocks. And I feel like it worked. I got rid of most of the green. Whoop. And then, see? So I'm just doing literally a block at a time. I had them blocked out. I will finish this little piece. This is straight lines. Yep. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know. I find it easier to focus with actual boundaries. There we go. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna be bad. Oh my gosh. That feels good on my throat. All right. How shall I think I want to just even off this little piece and then I'll go down from here. Like I don't mind being open, but I do not want to like. Here's our address, phone number, social security number. Here's how to reach us in an emergency. Oh. There we go. Wait, that'll be good. Okay, that's too big. I think that's a decent block. Unless I just finish this one off and then go down from here. What's the overall? Ooh. Yeah. Here's a picture of my credit card and another of the wacky numbers on the back. There you go. Oh, and here's my zip code, just in case you want that too. Yeah. I'm not trying to be mean. I need at least a modicum of focus. Okay, Gore. So we're not as noble as that looked, just for the record. You understand Artie's allergic to corn syrup. She gets so sick whenever she has it. And I already thought it was super sweet. So eliminating that from our diet since the time she was about 2 was a kind of a natural thing to do. Ooh, never. My mother's maiden name. Of course, it's blah, blah, blah. Yep. Why wouldn't I share that, right? We're supposed to be open with our friends on the internet. Everybody's trustworthy. There's nothing to worry about, including every person who ever watches this VOD for the next 30 years. Not one of them will be of concerning repute. I figured I get seasonal allergies real bad in the spring. I feel that. Well, I actually think it's kind of a blessing because it causes us to eat healthier when we maybe would feel lazier. Our lazy food is usually still a lot more homemade. So, if that makes sense. I mean, everybody has lazy food. It's not like we don't. Your dad is John Seda. I should eat less junk, but if I didn't, I don't know how much I would eat if I cut out everything. Ramen noodles is where it's at. Ramen noodles, I do like a good ramen, but I'm picky about my brands. I have one brand I really like, and it's actually from Japan. It's not super fancy, it's just a cheap one, but it's actually Japanese, and it gets its complicated flavor like from mushrooms, not from a bunch of MSG and stuff. No shade on the MSG, just, I don't know. It's got actual dehydrated veg and stuff in it. It tastes the most like you took the time to make it from scratch, except 2 minutes on the stove, baby. I find great value in that sort of thing when, I'm tired. I have been known to indulge. Home cooking is cheaper than pre-everything anyway. I agree. We've actually found that little family restaurants are the easiest to eat at, because a lot of times they'll make a real, they'll make everything from scratch. So it's easier to find them where they can go in the back and actually see what all the ingredients are, because they've got them all. Because they don't have the money for the kind of, in a little family restaurant, for the kind of additives that the bigger restaurants can do. We'll undo what we've done. Or at least simple basis. Veg is old hedge. Interesting factoid that a lot of people don't know and annoys me when people get snippy about MSG is that modern MSG is different to traditional MSG, or at least simple basis, which is why I specify that I'm not automatically throwing shade at MSG. There's different methods to come about it. And yes, the result is different. So I feel differently about different forms. I don't just throw it all out automatically. I have served things that I've made that have had MSG, but the sources where I got them were very carefully, I didn't just, I was careful about my sourcing. I'll leave it there. I just think real food. If you couldn't have made it in your kitchen 100 years ago, it probably doesn't belong in your body. Like Suna. Are we gonna eat Suna? I'm not planning to eat Suna. I think he is very cute and lovely. But I'm not eating the cats or the dogs. That's all I'm gonna say. That is not a personal choice that I make. Even though there's some very interesting songs about that on the internet, I just think I shall not join in. Good choice. Yeah, eat the cat. Yeah, no, why? He always recommends it. He loves Suna, and then he recommends eating Suna, and I'm like, I do not think this means what you think it means. But I think you think it means, yes. I do not think this means what you think it means. Yeah. No pet eating here. I don't even eat my laying chickens. See how carefully I said that? Because they give us eggs, and they give us a long, good life of giving us eggs. So they get to finish their lives, because usually by the time they're done laying eggs, they're going to die right away anyway. Eat his love. I got told to stop talking about eating rodents in chat before. What? Rabbits can be, I mean, they can be yummy. Why would you not be allowed to talk about eating rabbits? It's just meat. I mean, I wouldn't want to eat rodents, like rats, or honestly, there's so many bones in a squirrel. I don't know why it's worth it. It's supposed to be really good stew, though. You're allowed to talk about eating meat here. What about skunk? You know, I have heard of people eating skunk. But I've never heard anybody say they thought it was good. What about skunk? I think it's hard about guinea pigs. Oh, they eat guinea pigs in South America. Like, they just do. I don't think they look yummy, but you know what? I've never eaten one, so I'm not going to tell them what to eat. I mean, the ones they're eating, they're not growing as pets. They're grown like a food animal. It's not like, oh, here, let me hand rear you from a day old and love you and cuddle you and have you coming to me by name, and oh, by the way, now I'm going to eat you. That's not what they do. The ones that they grow to be food, they grow like food animals. They have a good life, and then they have one bad day. But they're not beloved pets that are treated like a member of the family. I think you're going to eat squirrel soup is the easiest way. Yeah, that's how most people do it, or they'll have it fricassee. I don't have a desire to eat squirrel, though. They look nasty. I think they eat yucky things, and I think things tend to taste like what they eat, and I'm just snobby about it, I guess. But I do have neighbors who eat squirrel. That's all I'm going to say. Works for me. Keeps that fluffy rat tail population down. Then they're not getting into other mischief around here. Better instant than mauled by another animal. Wrecked vegans, meow. I had something happen for the first time ever the other day. Yesterday, Atlas brings me that meme that I put in my thing a day or two before that with the airplane having a vegan meal. I do know that I can taste differences in lamb. I think it's the same thing. What they eat makes a difference. I think lamb grown on nice, soft green grass is going to taste better. They're not forage animals like goats. Anyway, I saw the meme and I even posted it before he did. That was the first time that has ever happened, and it will never happen again. He always beats me to the good ones. I mean, like in the wild, not on Discord or something. I mean, I literally found it in the wild on my own. A rare moment. I do know that I can taste differences in lamb. Yeah. Which I just read. I think it makes sense. We used to all know that, like, you wanted to keep the milk animals out of the onions and stuff like that, and now I never hear things like that anymore, but I think it still matters. Because that flavor will come through. Alright, let's just... Well, that's a spot on my screen. I'm like, that's weird. That looked right a second ago. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, I am going to finish off this tiny piece just because. Maybe I should find some forgotten meme from what is sort of my meme vault and you can post it. Really filling it in. Yeah, it's filling in really quick now. Alright. Here's my next huge piece. I like venison. I like lamb, but it is expensive now. I know. I used to have lamb on the table several nights a week, and right now we haven't been able to afford lamb in months. But it's expensive in your part of the world. Veal and venison is so underrated. Delicious. Don't think I have had them. You haven't had venison? Well, that would make sense. They went through a thing a few decades ago where some of the states weren't letting any hunting happen. They wanted to protect the poor little Bambis. And the poor little Bambis then no longer had natural predators, and they were literally just starving to death in people's yards. It was horrible. They were just, they just didn't have the food in the wild, and they finally had to come out to be humane and put down a bunch of them. Good intentions. But a healthy population, as long as you get a little bit of hunting done every year, and it's not too much and it's not too little, can be good for the population of deer if you really want them to thrive. Which people will have to relearn over and over, probably. There are feral deer in Australia, but to get it in a store is very rare. Yep, I've never seen it in a store in my life. Well, maybe once. It's not common. You can order it online, probably. You can get almost anything online now. We can usually get bison in the grocery store most of the year in a lot of the grocery stores, but that's been more rare again lately too. Yep, Bambi. Yep, Bambi tastes good. I used to make a Bambi chili where I'd start out by making a homemade applesauce in the bottom of the pot. And then I'd build up the chili from there. I've actually lost the recipe, but I made it so often I was like, I don't need to write this down. But I never had anybody try it that didn't think it was absolutely delicious. You can get it, but it is normally either specialty butchers or the fancier places with a huge markup. Applesauce and chili. Bison seriously thought we killed them. Apple is just a really good flavor as a base with venison. I don't know how to explain if you haven't had venison, so I'm just going to tell you, trust me. It was always a hit. But it wasn't just like you go to the store and you buy applesauce. It was like I would cut up all the apples and I'd stew them up with butter. It wasn't sweet. And then I'd start building in and marinating all the meat in it, or basically stewing the meat in it, and go from there. Bison seriously thought we killed them. Green apple goes even crazier. I always had, when possible, for my applesauce, 3 kinds of apples. I think it makes it better. And most of your honest people who make anything with any kind of applesauce or pie filling with apples or anything like that, they use more than one kind of apple, and that green apple is always going to be one of them. Or it should be, in my humble opinion. That one. Right, I was taking out the bigger numbers first, but I feel like it's just easier to block these through because they're just so fast. More tart apples. So if you do like a sweet apple and a firm apple and a tart apple all together, you're going to have a yummier overall flavor profile. It will be more flexible. And I usually used like some butter and some honey to make mine. There's different ways. Huh? You're just gonna have to trust me. I don't know why it works, but that's what any of the old grandmas would have told you to do. Never thought of that kind of, huh? Well, I used to go up to all the old ladies and go, how do you make that so good? And they'd be so happy there was somebody young who cared. They would tell me. Most of the time. So it used to be common knowledge. Whoops. But maybe it's regional. And it might be because we never really, like apples don't really grow down here. So we gotta make them the best out of them when we get them. So there's that too. So much fruit grows down here and it's quite lovely, but apples need cold weather. They need a certain amount of time of cold. Like the opposite of a greenhouse, probably. Hey, baby doll.
Can I see the tree?
You want to see my tree?
Yeah.
I'll flare out in a second.
Okay.
This will be not long. Is there a particular reason why we need to see the tree?
I was just curious because it's a cool tree.
It is so cool. It just gets cooler by the minute. All right, give me a second and I will.
Hi, favorite. Hello. I like that. I like that. That makes me happy. Thank you, Tom.
Tomas has declared that you're the favorite.
I mean,
I feel like my
sometimes.
authority has been usurped.
I mean, maybe. Nameless
I
just renewed. Nameless renewed 10 months today. It was awesome.
What the heck? He's amazing. He's in
know.
a good mood. And he had plans. He was like, I have plans. And I'm going, that's great. I hope you have a really, really good time.
He got to stop by and hang out for a little bit. He activated sing mode.
He's having a 5-day weekend. He's so happy. All right, I'm just trying to make kind of a line so I see where to come back in.
That's fine. I don't mind.
And then I'll block it out again.
Oh.
What?
Tom, no.
I could say hey sexy, how you doing?
No.
To her mama? Did your mama teach you nothing? Tomas. There you go.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so pretty.
Do you believe me it's post-apocalyptic yet? That looks post-apocalyptic to me.
Now I just want to say no because I'm a contrarian. But yes.
Hey is sexy. You know what? Hey is sexy. Have you ever heard the song She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy? I tell you what, a man mowing some hay can be real nice looking. That's all I'm going to say. Girls like seeing guys doing outside hard work. That's all I'm going to say.
Mom loves hay.
Actually, I do love hay.
She gets happy whenever she gets to use hay.
You get a nice combine tractor going on. Woo! Some of them are Lamborghinis, by the way, but yeah.
Why do you know that?
Why wouldn't I?
Right.
It's my business. Sorry, baby girl. Giant trees, broken building. Yep, apocalyptic. I'm saying. They're like, anything but the tractor. Oh, no. Sexy talk is done. We're not going there anymore. Can't unhear that. It's honest work, guys. Most respectable girls appreciate a guy who's done some honest work. That's all I'm going to say. Free secrets that guys aren't supposed to be told anymore. It might make them quote unquote toxic. And more attractive to 90% of the girls. Let's see. They're like, I can't unhear that.
Knight's in shock.
Gasp! I know. I'm old and I'm a mom, but I have eyeballs, people. I'm wholesome. You guys are hilarious. I'm wholesome. I'm moral. I'm a good girl. But I'm human. And I am female. And I don't swing the way that wouldn't notice. Hey, I'm honest.
Yep. We're watching family TV and that one actor pops up and you're like, now he's handsome.
Yummy. He's yummy. Mm-hmm.
Trust me, we know. Your children are very aware.
Yeah, but I don't go on and on.
No. Mom's That's all she says.
That would be weird.
That's all she says. Literally, she stops there.
It's as much for the shock and gasp as anything. I mean, come on. We all got a troll. Troller's got a troll.
What?
Huh? Huh?
I just wanted to see the tree. I'm gonna go now.
Okay. It's going quick. Do I need to call you in when it's done?
That would be cool, but no.
All right.
I'm making you make mistakes. Hee hee hee.
Well,
My
it's easy
superpower.
to make mistakes in this part because it's just so many colors put together. I could say you both are yummy, but you will burn me alive. Yes, I will burn you alive. I will entertain my Second Amendment rights. Please don't turn into one of those lewd old grannies. I need to have people I could show as VTubers without worrying about clips. Oh, no. I would, no. That's as far as I ever would take it. Oh my gosh, no. I don't like lewd or raunchy or any of that. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to be part of it. I just acknowledge human nature. That is the end of it. Yeah, I don't think this is the place to share such things. Glug, glug, glug.
You regret it, don't you?
I can't stop laughing. I got it in here for my throat, but that was funny just for the effect. Ah. They would have laughed too if they could have seen. I know it.
They would have said... I'm not saying what they would have said, because then they'll know what you did, but... But they would have been making comments, all right. I'm not sure they would have been laughing. They would have been teasing.
Oh no, the teasing. I'm too delicate and frail for teasing.
You're the last person on the planet who's too delicate and frail for teasing.
Don't dish it if you can't take it. That's all I say. All right, my dear. I will call you very soon at this rate, but it'll be a little longer because there's still a good chunk on the other side.
Love you.
I love you too, sweetie pie. All right, let's see. So, the obvious place to come in here. See how much of this I can get. Just take that over. I will do my best not to turn into a gross lewd old lady. I'm sorry. I was too much for you guys. I'll tone it back. Would live here. It's pretty, isn't it? I mean, there can't be too many neighbors. They're all gone. I would be interested in visiting. You want to visit this apocalyptic zone, huh? Don't think I would live here, though. I think accessing food could be problematic. On the other hand, with big trees growing through the buildings, there might be some really nice soil. So you could maybe grow crops and have farms and everything and have the protection of buildings. I don't know. With trees that size, you don't have to worry about firewood, at least. I don't know. I'm probably not going to burn down a tree this size. But it should have lots of sticks and stuff, I guess. Besides, you could get firewood from all the local buildings. The buildings aren't using that wood anymore. And yes, I know I went over a one spot over there. I'll come back to it. It's just so much faster to just zoom through these like this. And then, if this be like Fallout, I would probably survive. Is this where you work? I think not, because the apocalypse has not yet occurred, so I cannot work in an alternate and potential future. But when the space-time continuum gets corrected, I'll let you know. Yeah, it's going really quick now. Alright, let's see. I want to try and get as much that feels pretty good there. I think that doesn't leave me any gaps. I'm going to finish off this building though, because that's bugging me just a wee bit. Actually better. This is your ideal workplace, Tomas? I mean, interesting choice. I'll fix that in a minute. I haven't figured it out yet. You haven't figured what out yet? Let's see. That should be mostly it for that color, but I bet it goes down below. What is Tomas trying to figure out? Why Gore loves fast food but thinks that homemade is so much better, but then goes on and on about everybody lives on fast food. Job. Well, I'm not trying to tell you my job, Tomas. Why would I do that? I mean, I know I was teasing about the mother's maiden name and stuff, but I don't really plan to share that. No, what I want. Ah. Well, what do you like doing? What do you find that you enjoy doing that you can focus on, that you can actually make money at? Because remember, whatever career you choose, and don't think of it as a job, think of it as a career. Whatever career you choose, you want to be able to support yourself, right? And anybody that you love that you happen to decide you want to take care of. So that's how you got to approach it. What do you enjoy doing that you can focus on doing, that you think you can really stay focused enough to do, that can make you money? Art, maybe? Well, there's ways to make money with art. You can study graphic design. You can learn to be an animator. You can start teaching yourself programming, video game design. You just want to make sure it's something that you can see yourself doing for hours at a time every day for the rest of your foreseeable life. And it's okay to change it, but a lot of autistic people don't, even if they really want to. So try to be in a lane you're going to be happy in from day one. And be willing to change if you need to. It's okay if you don't guess right the first time. Which isn't something you hear a lot in school, but I think it's important to hear. I know very few adults who truly do exactly what, not none, but I know very few who truly do what they set out to do in high school as a career. Thank you, Mama of 3. Well, I don't know how useful that really was. I know people I would maybe have you watch or listen to on the subject, but I don't know if this is the right place to share that. But I think the important thing to remember is not just what you love, you got to be able to make money at it. You got to feel fulfilled when you do it, like you really did something. Some hobbies, you do them and you enjoy them and you can even focus on them, but they're not satisfying. You want to feel satisfied that you've really accomplished something when you've done work, if you're going to do it as a career. Other people can chime in and correct me here or add to it, but that's my personal hot take. And I think it's especially important for people on the spectrum to focus on finding careers, not just a job for now, because y'all don't change. Somebody sets you up to be doing carts at a grocery store, you're still doing carts at a grocery store a decade later while complaining that you're able to do so much more, because you are. But change is hard. So try to be in the lane you want to be in and be open to changing it. I think you're good with advice. Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you. I just try to tell the truth. But I think there's so much emphasis on do something you love, and people forget to mention, and eating is nice too. You're going to want to eat someday, so you want to make sure you can make enough money to live on. You don't have to be rich, but you do need to, if you want to be independent, you got to be able to pay the bills, support yourself. People forget to tell young people that, and I think it's really important. Dreams are one thing, but you don't want them to become a nightmare. Alright, let's see. Oh, I got this one little piece. Oh my gosh, how did I do that? Alright, let's see. By golly, it's going somewhere, guys. Yeah, paying bills is kind of important. I understand that. That's what I'm saying. Nobody ever tells young people that anymore. They're like, money is evil. Well, yeah, but you know, money is what you use to buy food. So until you find another way to buy food, you might want to indulge in the evil money thing. Almost. I'm not saying make money your sole focus. I learned taxes in middle school. And do you like doing them? Are you a numbers person? I tell you what, I have a family member that does taxes for fun. Like, if they just can't focus on anything else, they will go find old tax returns of anybody nearby and do them again for fun, looking for mistakes. They love it. They really love it. And sometimes we have to remind that family member, taxes can be private for some people. But, you know. At the same time, it's nice to have someone in the family who loves to do taxes. Privacy be darned. Wait, what? You just found me $3,000? Well, that wasn't your business, but oh, that, how do you not say thank you to that? No matter what's going on with what the taxes are, there will always be people that need to be working on taxes. Even if they disbanded the IRS tomorrow, they would still have taxes of some sort, and somebody needs to know how to work them out, figure them out, and help people know they've paid them appropriately. Laundry makes good money. If you actually enjoy it, it's hot, sweaty work when it's done properly. I can do it. Math since not legal, but I can't see it as something I want to do every day. Yeah, see? I'm not saying I can do it, but I've never in my life said, you know, I'm bored right now. You know what would really cheer me up? Doing some old taxes again just for fun. I've never done that. This family member has. Put money inside the mattress. I've had family members do that too. We were shocked when one of my grandparents passed. That's all I'm going to say. Good thing we looked. It was in rolls. It was all ones and it wasn't really worth anything, but yeah. There we go. Hedge. Mostly. Some 20s. And a bunch of it wasn't even American currency. hold on. Edge. Oof. There you go.
I need to finish cleaning the couch.
All right, so here we go. Hold on. Here's the effect. So it shows you the whole thing, and then it goes through and it slows it. I've been trying to do them in a way that the filling it in turns out really cool. I don't know why. That's just like part of it for me. So like I do this so it comes around and then around and I see.
Thank you.
I'll do it one more time just cause. You can appreciate my. See?
It's really nice.
Okay.
I don't entirely get changing my process to make it look better when it's looked at afterwards, but you know.
Yes, waffle.
Yeah, there's some very nice waffles
and pull the tag off the wet mattress, huh? I don't know. If it's gonna take a few days, I thought it'd be cool that when the super fast build mode happens, it's neat. I try to do that. So
I get that. I kind of get it, but I also really don't.
Dwagon had picked this one the other day.
It's nice.
So I try to think, how's it gonna look cool when it comes back? It's a little hypnotizing, isn't it?
No. I was in the middle of sorting my pencils.
Sorting your pencils.
Well, into pencils, pens, colored pencils. I've had them a bit mixed up in the drawer, and I've taken them all out. And since I've taken them all out anyway.
So I'm trying to build them each with a pattern.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I'm kind of trying to do with my pencils. I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally steal family pencils, which I think I might have.
I don't care. You probably have.
Yeah, but I want to give them back because I'm not using them. Someone could use them.
Oh my gosh.
Like your favorite, I think I just found one of your favorite erasable colored pencils.
That's awesome.
God, I feel guilty about stealing that.
I don't care.
You didn't notice it was gone.
I mean, if I really care, I say something. Alright, so I can do another really little one, but I'm not starting a big one again, because hopefully the Elgato will work, and I'm going to do Minecraft tomorrow.
You don't need the Elgato for Minecraft.
Yeah, but I mean next week, because I ended up doing this 3 times this week. I've already done Minecraft twice.
Okay, I get it. I just didn't understand from the way you were saying it.
I guess I didn't. Yeah, the cat. You want me to do the cat? You always want a cat. 160 by 195 is bigger than you think. Let me go see if I can find another cat.
Anyway,
Actually,
I'm gonna go. I guess I'll see you in an hour.
Okay, those are like, I'm not gonna pay for anything. Pay? An hour? No, I'll pick a 20-minute or less one. I'm gonna get to something that I don't have to pay for. I think these are all, yeah, hold on. Let me get to, when do I get to non-paid for? Okay. Did you finish? Were you gone? Are you kidding me? All right, here you go, Gore. I think I saw 20-something by 30-something. I'm back. Yes, Waffle the cat, Oni. I'm back. I will maybe do that cat, but that is not as fast as I would like. Ta-da! 160 by 195 is bigger. Like, this was 180 by 180. So 160 by 195 is bigger than you think. Wow, you powered through that. Yeah, I think I did. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can't find him another cat. There's a red panda. That's pretty cute. A sheep, alien. Here's one that just says kitty. Cutie fish. I just said cat because sleepy. Okay. Honey bun is a bunny. Oh, here we go. we could make Gora happy. We could do noodles. Red panda sounds good. Okay, let's go do red panda. Boop. I thought it looked like it could be cute too. I like red pandas. I'm guilty. They're little stinkers. They know that people think they're adorable and they use it. And they're mischievous too. Shining cat is red panda. Not many straight lines though. I don't care if they're straight lines. It's not gonna bother me. This is a small one. I usually like to start with animal faces. But we'll go here. There's a 34. Where's the 35? Okay, maybe I won't start there. I'll start there. In Latin. Do we desire to speak Latin now? Alright, I was going to start with the bigger numbers and go down, but I only have so much patience for that. So, yeah. Ooh, meow, this one doesn't look too bad, so that's good. No, this will be nice and quick. Oh, there it is. Boop. That means the other one will be up there somewhere. Starting is always a slightly slower spot. You can sleep. Who are we putting to sleep? There, we're getting some more of that doubled up color. Okay. Tomas, are you tired? You know, you missed it, Gar. You want to give some career advice to Tomas? He's trying to figure out what to do with his life. I told them focus on finding a career and making sure he can make money in it that will support him in a way he wants to live. And be willing to change, but admit that he probably won't want to change. 2 things you like doing makes the job 1,000 times easier. It does. I said pick something he's good at focusing on. Oops. I don't know why that went so pear-shaped. I'm messing up my pattern. Yes, girl, voluptuous? I think you just want to say words. Okay. Alright, let's see. I started out by kind of doing all these. Is there I lean forward so weird when I'm doing these. That would be the only big caveat there. Yeah, I'll find those in a minute. I'm not going to worry about it. They'll pop up later. Probably not the best for your back. Generally I have a pretty good back, but yeah, I don't think that leaning forward at an odd angle is ideal. More likely than not. Alright, so all those colors are done up to here. Is that one left? Done. There's 2 of these left. Boop. 15. There's 115 left. I'll find it later. Alright, let's go 13. 13. It's because the way the screen is curved and slightly away from me so that we can have everything fit on the desk. Yeah. I lean forward, but there's no reason to. Like, I can see it. I can make it as big as I want. but I end up doing it anyway. I don't know why I do that. I think it's natural to lean forward. I think you are going well. Well, thank you. I think it was cool to do a big one of these though. Gory, you originally chose this game. How big of the ones you've done? Like, have you done any of the really big ones? Probably most of them. I ended up going from larger to smaller numbers instead of a different kind of pattern. So, sorry guys, it'll be a weird time lapse. Very relaxing. Well, good. What should I do on the Minecraft tomorrow? I'm trying to decide if I'm going to dig a hole all the way down and get access to that ravine and go over and build space for tunnels on the way. I mean, farms on the way, or if I'm gonna just go explore and hope I can get back up there later. Because I do want to still see what's a little further out. And I'm not equipped for a mansion yet. Appreciate the faith. Up to you, go explore. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing in some form or fashion. I did a lot of exploring last time. I found a bunch of stuff. So there's a lot to find. Boop. I love that in the time lapse it doesn't show the mistakey bits. So I guess there's that. I'll come back and pick those up. It just doesn't seem worth it. I'll make other mistakes. Or you could gear up in the caves. Iron is important, or make villager pen farm thing. Well, that's what I was saying. If I went to dig down to where I'd have access to the ravines, that would let me go out to explore, and I'd be getting mining done on the way down, you know? And then I'd have easier access out and back up. Because I will need gears. I am a little concerned about what lovely surprises are waiting for me, but I will find them. And I will rejoice and enjoy them. It's starting to look like a little something. Alright, here we go. Or maybe... Ta-da! Red panda. Not as cute as the other one, but definitely... I think it's cuter like that, honestly. That's weird. Alright, guys. I think that's a good place to call it quits, because I'm not going to have another one. I mean, I guess I can do a bunch of them like the egg and the locket and the eepy sheep. We could make, oh, hold on, let's make Night hungry. We could do a sheep. Nom 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 nom. Look at how yummy it is. Oh. It says, I want to be eaten. I want to be cost-effective meat. Bah. It's only funny because I actually do think I like a good lamb burger. You know, I'm not a burger person, but if I'm gonna have a burger, I like lamb. I do. Not the most popular take, I know. Oh my gosh, this one's gonna be so fast. Zoop, zoop. Actually, this is gonna be some nice colors. I was being silly. I don't know why lamb's getting more expensive. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it eats grass. Right? You're not buying feed for it. I've never heard of buying your lamb's feed. I mean, sure you can. You can buy anything feed. They might augment the feed, maybe. I'm just saying from an environmental perspective. It might be hay. I bet they need hay in certain environments for sure. That would make a lot of sense. Especially if they're in an area where there's not year-round green grass, like it cold. Mostly grass, but they might also, yeah, something so they're not missing anything. Yeah, like, I mean, I think they need to have like salt blocks and things like that too, depending on their environment. Oh. Oh, I missed these two. Come on, click on. There we go. Pew pew. I know, I'm like thinking yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy. I think animals that had a happy life outside taste better. That's what I think. Ah! Same, yeah. Let's see here. Boy, this one's going really fast. Shoop. I know there's a guy on YouTube who raises pigs and their meat looks nothing like what you see in the shop. Oh yeah, they're we have people who raise pigs around here and they do not look like the ones that are raised commercially. But they still sell them to butchers. Oh, there's one more too hiding in here. There we go. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about on YouTube. I don't really go to YouTube for my meat, but I can tell you in person for sure. Yeah. Boop. There we go. What just think of it? It's dinner and a blanket. It's awesome. Maybe a pair of socks. Yum yum yum. Chicken mine. We like the eggs. He's so cute, he really is. He's so fluffy. Alright guys. I think that's it for now. Oh, here's the poop picture. It still looks poopy to me. You know what? It's been like 3 weeks. I was looking at a thing on farming and the guy also has pigs as part on his farm. Now poo. Yeah, there's the poop picture. Like I said, people around here grow pigs. The heat, you have to be really careful because pigs don't sweat. And they use mud. And we don't really have mud, so we have to be really careful how we provide for them so that they can regulate their heat and body temperature. But it can be done, but they have to have areas that they can. Yeah, it does kind of, doesn't it? I spent all that time on that one and I still think it looked like poop. Not my favorite. Anyway. So that's the big challenge with pigs is they have to have, and they like to have the ability to run around and go in, the dirt. But they're actually pretty clean too when they have the right environment. They like to be clean. They don't just want to be in like a barren pit of sand. We have more cattle, lots of cattle. In fact, they like to dig as well. Yeah, they need to be able to dig. And that's a big deal with their fencing situation. But mostly we have lots, like any kind of cattle you can think of, we probably have it around here. They do really well in Florida. Okay, guys, well, I hope you had a good time. And I hope you want to come back and visit again someday. But I'm about to sign out here. That way Artie can have the computer nice and fresh later. We're all trying to baby it because we're a little worried that with the Elgato out of action, if we can't find the source, if the problem turns out to be more on the computer side, we're just trying to keep it limping until the weekend when everybody's done streaming, so we can assess a few things that we couldn't readily assess. I had fun lurking and joking around. Have a great night, you guys. God bless, and hydration to all. Oh, I'm a hydrating, and hydrating, Gore. You trust me. Everybody hydrate. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.